Today I have a very wonderful topic to share from a great book. And personally, I was able to connect much because I had experienced this. Uh, like before I will tell about the topic, I wanted to I wanted you to imagine just when let's imagine like you are half awake, okay, and probably you got a nightmare, and you're not able to get up from the bed, you're not able to wake up, so you'll be anxious, right? Then slightly you'll try to move, okay. Maybe first you try to release your muscles, then you try to release your fingers or move your fingers one by one, then probably you'll try to move your hand, then you'll try to move your leg, and slowly you will try to move your entire body, right? So you what is this one thing you actually try to move? That is called persistence. Okay, so I wanted to cover something about persistence from this book, Think and Grow Rich. So as you see, this book has 13 beautiful principles about riches, and this is one of the eighth. This is the eighth step in towards it. So we all know how KFC started. Colonel Sanders, right? And he had got so many rejections before he could start KFC. We know how Steve Jobs started Apple. Like he himself was thrown out from his own company. He started Pixar. Then he also had a lot of challenges. So if you see even author talks about Ford and Edison. So many experiments they did before they could actually launch successfully. So if you see one important character all of them have is one trait: persistence. Being persistent on what they started actually. Okay, so I will share my screen. So Kiran, you're able to see, right?
Yeah, Karthik.
Okay. So one second. Okay. So what are these causes? What are the factors which influences this persistence? The author talks about these some points. We have definiteness of purpose, okay, followed by desire, okay, self-reliance, belief in ourselves, and do we have a crystallized plan? Okay, do we have accurate knowledge on how to achieve that? Then cooperation of people who we need to take help with. Then the willpower. I think Ananya was beautifully shared about willpower and the habit. Okay, so shall we rate all these points? How do we actually rate on this, to carry on persistence? And then what are the symptoms of lack of persistence? So this is like a disease, right? Nowadays, being persistent on one thing. So the author talks about some important factors about the symptoms. So I just run through this quickly. Failure to recognize what one wants, procrastination, okay, lack of specialized knowledge, then indecision, the habit of relying upon alibis, self-satisfaction. Okay, what are some more? The indifference, usually reflected in one's readiness to compromise on all occasions. Okay, so blaming others, we are very good in this, right? So weakness of desire. Okay, if we get a first defeat or a first rejection, we'll quit. Okay, lack of organized plans, which I also spoke about just now. Okay, then habit of neglecting to move on ideas. We have ideas, we sometimes get opportunity, but we don't move. Okay, wishing instead of willing. Okay, the habit of compromising with poverty because it's easy, right? Searching for all the shortcuts to riches. Okay, so get rich quick, nothing like that. Then the most last important thing is fear of criticism, what one will say. Okay, so these are some important symptoms about lack of persistence. Okay, so now we know the symptoms. How will we achieve? Like how will we solve this? Okay, the author also talks about persistence. Okay, so we need to have a definite purpose backed up by burning desire for its fulfillment. We need to have a definite plan for it. Then a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, and a friendly alliance with persons who are willing to encourage and follow through with both plan and purpose. I think PIM plays a very beautiful role in this, to follow through, giving environment for us to grow. And one thing to end with, there are better starters than me, but I'm a strong finisher by Usain Bolt. So we all know there are very huge number of starters, but finishers are not much. So to summarize, uh, we all have wishes like I want to become rich, or I want to become famous, I want recognition, I want income security, I want financial freedom, I want that, I want this. If you ask the author, what the author talks about, if like out of 100 people, if you ask 98 people have vague wishes like this. But if you ask them whether do you have a definite plan, do you have a desire to achieve it, do you have that persistence to move on, they will not have those answers. So if you see, you find a right path, find a right association, and just you marry persistence. Otherwise, this is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Amazingly covered, Karthik. So much of information. Beautifully, you shared everything in presentation. In fact, the whole chapter you've crystallized and then showcased to all of us. And definitely, when people keep reading again and again, there are a lot of other points which people can actually think of because the topic is so important. And book itself has a fundamental Bible book for all riches, for thinking and growing rich. So amazingly covered, Karthik. Thank you so much for sharing. Great. So